Welcome to Building the World We Want with your host, Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks. And here's my co host.
James Maynard.
So, tonight we have a really interesting topic related to the new year. Now, if you are with us live, I want to tell you right now, live, happy New Year's Eve.
May you have a great year ahead.
Oh my God, I hope so. It's got to be better than this one, right? So, what I want to talk about tonight is really an extension of what we talked about last week, which was last week we were talking about what do we really want for Christmas, which is what do we really want,
And what do we really need?
and what do we really need, and that to give ourselves what we need this year, in the coming year. And that's not always easy to determine, what do we need? So we had a great, lively discussion with our viewers, and I really appreciated it. We are tonight, as usual, hopefully broadcasting on Facebook and my public Facebook page, the Beth Green, the Music and the Message, and YouTube. And the other personal page, if you make a comment, I won't see it. So we're so happy to see you. And I want to talk about an extension of that in a way, is to really ask ourselves, what do we want for the new year? And oh, yay, we have Elizabeth saying hello, Elizabeth Treehart. Hello there, Elizabeth. So glad to see you. We feel wonderful already. We see there are people with us and we appreciate it. New Year's Eve, indeed. So, you know, there are many ways to have a revolution without guns, right? And there can be a spiritual revolution, an emotional revolution, inner revolution, political revolution, all of these things. And they don't necessarily connote violence. However, when we say we want a revolution, oh, there's Amy. Great topic. Thank you. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate it too. So glad to have you. Happy New Year. So, what do I mean when I say do we want a revolution for the new year? So we can say, okay, I want to have a happy home in the new year. I want to make a lot more money in the new year. I want to have a better relationship with my husband in the new year. I want to finish school, all of these things. Now, you could say, well, those are great things. They're important things. They're major things. But you know something? When I started thinking about it tonight, I started to think about what do we mean by real change? And the question is, do we want change or do we want safety? Hello, Todd says hi. Hi to you, Todd. So happy to see you too. Happy New Year. So, do we want real change or do we want safety? And what I mean by that is there's change that's incremental. Well, I was in kindergarten last year, I'm going into first grade. I'm not going from kindergarten into the army. I'm going into first grade. So there's a kind of a logical progression in all of that, right? My husband and I have been in therapy and we're improving our relationship and we want to continue doing that. And those are things where, okay, I feel safe. I know what we're doing. This is great. And the changes are incremental. In fact, and I will dare to say this, the change is often how I feel about a situation rather than that the situation itself changes. Now, what do I mean by that? Do I really want change? To change everything, to mix it up, to have a new concept, of the world that we want to live in. For example, do we want to change our economy to something more egalitarian? Well, what would that mean? That would mean revolution to make it really more equitable. Now, if we say, well, we want to have more taxes on the rich and a little bit less on the poor, well, that's not exactly a revolutionary change unless you really do it in this dramatic way, which we never do. It's like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're like tinkering at the edges. And since this show is about building the world we want now, we're talking about changing ourselves, revolutionizing ourselves, and also working towards revolutionizing our world. So when I talk about changing ourselves, that's scary. That is scary. For example, I think I've said for example 100 times already today. But anyway,
Well,
there
just
it
keep
is.
giving us examples.
I'm going
That's
to keep
good.
giving examples. For example, I've been chronically ill and weak all my life. And I might get a little better. So I could say, oh, you know what? I'd like to get better this year. I'd like to be able to walk a little further. I want to lose 15 pounds. I don't want to lose 15 pounds or any weight at all. But that kind of thing. Tinkering on the edge. But supposing I said, I want to see what it would be like for me to have a normal life without being ill. Well, I don't know how I'm going to do that, right? But that would be a revolutionary change. And then all of a sudden I'm thinking, well, what would I do? I'm used to being in bed a lot. I'm used to being at home almost all the time, except when I go to the doctor or something really important like that. And that is my life. And I'm used to having my husband be my caretaker. Supposing I could get well enough so I wouldn't need a caretaker, or at least not as much. Supposing I got well enough so that I could do some of the things that I rely on him doing.
Sounds good to me.
Well, you say that, but I bet you don't mean that.
Oh, I would just say a thing like that.
Why would I say a thing like that? Well, I want you all out there to think about what it would mean if you changed your relationship with your main squeeze, where all of a sudden you were not dependent on him or her in the same way as you have been. What is going to happen? Well, all kinds of fear comes up. Not just would he have fear because suddenly I'm functional.
Oh no, she's getting stronger.
That's right. But I would have fear like, oh my God, does this mean like every day I have to get out of bed? Does that mean I would be expected to come down for dinner all the time? Am I going to be expected to drive? Am I going to be expected? All these things. Are these expectations now going to be on me? Think about it. And if you're on the other side, let's say you're the caretaker or you're the dominant one. I'm not saying that my husband dominates me just because I'm ill, but there is that element, right? But if you're the dominant one, what happens when your partner suddenly gets strong? They might actually leave the house and you would be alone. See, I think about that all the time. Supposing James was able to work and make money, I would say, oh, great, make money. No, no, don't leave the house. No, no, especially with me being home all the time. I don't want to be alone. I mean, unless we're both leaving the house at the same time. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope my audience, you're getting how scary it is to actually make changes in your life and in your home. And how scared we are to actually make substantial changes. And we've been thinking about this a lot because we're at a turning point in our lives. It feels like we are. And, we can keep going the way we're going and continue to decline, which is what seems to be happening, or we can do something different. We can have faith that things can be different. And then everything that we expect is blown up. And we don't know what that future will be. And both of us have that fear. Now let's talk about society. If that's true in our homes, can you imagine what it would mean in our society? Let's say at building the world we want, we believe that the economy and the society should meet the needs of people and the earth. And we have the new mayor of New York who's saying that really, and who's actually just starting to do that already. Well, let's say we did that in our world. Think about it. Oh my God, income might be redistributed. All the expectations, all the things that you know, the way they are, suddenly start changing. Maybe they start building affordable housing in my neighborhood. Whereas right now we've got all these really nice houses. We don't have all these apartments and stuff like that. I mean, sure, affordable housing, but not on my block, please. I want you to really take a moment and look within and ask yourself, what do you want? Do you really want to tinker at the edge of making life better, more affordable, building a little more housing, having a little bit better social welfare net, or do you want to turn everything over, get rid of the hierarchy, start having everybody earning substantially, equally, perhaps even having the workers run the asylum, or all of a sudden every assumption that you make about the way things are, when you get up in the morning that the street is still going to be there when you walk out, you open the door. Well, maybe you go out and you open the door and the sidewalk's not there anymore because we've revolutionized it and we don't use sidewalks anymore. So I'm asking you, so what do you want? Do you want change or do you want safety? And if you say you want change, I want you to look within and talk about, is that really true? Or do you want things to feel secure? And how would it feel if we really started changing things? So please give us some comments. We know we have viewers, and take a chance on. Oh, Mohammed says, Happy New Year, dear friend. Thank you, Mohammed. So good to see you. Haven't seen you in a long time. Okay. All right, James.
I'd like to share.
All right.
I'd like to have an inner revolution. I would like to be free from being run by my ego. And that means I'd have to come out of my patterns of being aloof, detached, withdrawn, but to engage more fully with people, to experience more empathy, put myself in other people's shoes more, instead of people just being props in my play. um, to have more empathy, more caring, more engagement. Well, that would be a revolution for me.
Well, do you really want that, James?
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have any fears about that?
I have a little bit of fear. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
little bit?
Yeah. Yeah. Engaging with others carries a risk
I mean,
of how people
if you
react
weren't
to me.
afraid of doing that, you would have done that a long time ago. So
Right.
why don't you talk about?
Well, I have some fear of people reacting negatively toward me.
Okay,
So,
what is the
I
fear?
have found it to be I thought it to be safe to retreat within myself and be more aloof and detached.
Okay.
But I've been learning that that doesn't work so well in a relationship because that's not building connection. That's not feeding and nurturing the relationship where I also get nurtured.
Well, now here we have a very interesting comment from Muhammad, who says also safety needs to change. Do you mean, that's a very interesting comment. Do you mean by that that our conception of what makes us safe needs to change? If that is what you're saying, I could not agree with you more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is a major, major importance in this conversation. what we believe is, and I'd love for you to respond, is that what you meant? If not, could you clarify it? Because what I believe makes us safe is everybody being well. For example, if everybody around me has the measles, I am not safe from the measles. And yet, the way our society works, you would think that it's a crime for people to get health care who are undocumented or not deserving or whatever it is. I mean, I don't care who you
Or
are
have a prior condition.
or who have, well, absolutely. So, all of that, we're only safe if more people had mental health support, there wouldn't be so many people shooting people.
Amen to that.
So I agree. Safety, our conception of safety needs to change. We need to understand that everybody has to feel safe in order for any of us to be safe. And so now taking that idea and that thought, James, into what you were just saying, see if that impacts what you're saying.
Well, I need to change my concept of safety. It's my concept up till now, or in recent times anyway, has been I am safe when I retreat and withdraw within myself.
Or when you're intimidating somebody else or dominating them.
Yeah, that too.
That too.
That too. That feels
I
pretty
am
safe for
safe.
me.
I am safe when I'm in charge, right? I
Oh
am
yeah, being in charge. There you go.
Yeah, I'm dominating. So,
Or out competing,
right, exactly.
which is what our society is built on.
Exactly. So you say your concept of safety needs to change. It means you have to stop believing that when you're dominating somebody, that makes you safe. In fact, when you're dominating somebody, you are creating resentment against you.
Right.
You are also putting yourself in a position of having to make decisions. And most of us are too dumb to make decisions all by ourselves. We need the collective consciousness. We need a lot of wisdom to make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So, coming back to Muhammad's point, you would have to not only think differently, but you would have to feel differently. You would have to feel that you are safe by being a peer and by being equal.
Yes. And to embrace the idea that there's greater safety when we're together, whether it's one and one or several of us or a lot of us. We're safer when we're together, cooperating and supporting one another.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Anyone else have a comment out there about what about you, whoever you are out there? Do you want change or do you want safety? And what, in fact, does make us safe? I'll tell you what I want. I want change.
Here,
I
here.
want to try. I want to confront my fears. I want to confront my patterns. I want to confront my running away and escaping. And I want to find out what it would be like to be well enough to just get up in the morning and do things instead of lying there for hours thinking about how I really should get up. And, I would love to see what an infusion of good health would give me. And I also,
Well, you've had a taste of that the past couple of days.
oh my God, I got to tell you guys, the last few days have been amazing. First of all, in terms of work, some of you may know that I am an intuitively guided counselor. That's what I do for a living. And as well as a spiritual teacher, which I don't do for a living. I do it. And so I'm a counselor. And it seemed like I had one emergency situation after another from clients. People that I haven't seen in years, for example, came out of the woodwork asking for my support. But okay, so that's not that unusual. But at the same time, James and I went out looking for a potential place to move to if and when we ever sell our house. And and we went to a place that was flat. and I had my rollator with me.
The ground was flat.
The ground was flat.
Not the place itself.
No. Thank you, James. So I had my rollator and I started to walk. And I walked and I walked. And the first day I walked maybe 2,000 steps. And, my legs hurt. And I did all this extra work. But I had energy the whole time. And then I think I came home and crashed and went to sleep. But still. And the next day, which was yesterday, we went back to the same place. I had a different rollator. It was lighter and I could push it. And I walked 5,000 steps. Now
over 2 miles.
Over 2 miles. And I'm telling you, I haven't barely been able to walk for 7 months since I injured my legs and knees. So I've been working up to this point, but we went to a situation where I could manage my rollator. It was light enough and I just walked. And yeah, I'm probably exhausted today, but I don't care. Ouch. Okay, so I'm having shooting pains in my legs. However, I'm not daunted by that. It's like this will pass. Okay, we have 2 comments. Elizabeth said, I want change too, though at the same time, I feel fear of what that would look like or how bumpy it might be to get there. Indeed. Also, dealing with parts of me that don't want this change. Yeah, that's tough, Elizabeth. That is tough, and I understand. This is why I'm bringing up this topic, because a lot of us say, oh yeah, I want change, but are we really being honest with ourselves? We believe in courage, the courage of self-awareness, and
I believe in peers, but it's sure nice to be dominant.
Right. Exactly. And by the way, before I go back to what Elizabeth raised, Muhammad said, I'm very happy to see you in 2026 with good health. Allah bless you together.
And bless you.
Bless you. Allah bless you. Thank you so much. It is actually New Year's Eve here. We have to wait overnight for 2026. I know Muhammad lives.
He's already in 2026.
Yeah, he's already in 2026.
He's in Pakistan.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, that's not the same Muhammad. This is a different Muhammad. So
okay.
I don't know. I can't remember where Muhammad comes from. Turkey or who knows? Lebanon, someplace over there. How terrible. Okay. But, what can I say? I can't remember.
Hours ahead of us.
Yeah, I guess so. So back to what Elizabeth said. I'm so glad that you said that. I feel fear of what that would look like or how bumpy it may be to get there. And see, what I'm trying to communicate to you about how I felt today, I got so depressed because I was so exhausted. And, I have chronic fatigue among, multitudinous other health issues. And I've been sick my entire life. So I have no background of saying, oh yeah, I remember what it was like when I was strong and young and healthy. And I was not strong and I was young, but I wasn't strong or healthy. And so, but today I was really down, and I won't mention that someone else had something to do with that. And I was ready to give up again. And I said, no, I don't care what it means. I'm going for it. The experience that I had walking yesterday with my lighter rollator and being able to push it up and push it down and walking on a flat surface next to a creek, it wasn't dirt, it wasn't earth, it wasn't walking in the forest, which I love. It was on concrete, but still I could do it. The feeling that I had of freedom, and that's the feeling that we have when we make real change. We suddenly feel like we've been let out of the cage. And Todd has a comment too. I'm ready for change too. I know I won't be perfect, but that is my intention. Yay, Todd. And Elizabeth, Todd, would you like to share with us what kind of change you're talking about? And, that would be really helpful. I know it takes a little time for the comments to show up, but let us know what you're thinking. So, what I'm saying is, keep your eyes on the prize. Focus on what you're going to. And James and I have made some decisions about our future, and to us, they're scary.
Yeah, see, one of the choices was go for safety. And we decided, no, 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 that's not for our highest good. So we're going the other direction.
That's right. We were looking at a residence
A senior
where a
residence.
senior residence with meals, and they take care of everything for you, and your landscaping, they clean your house, they do the maintenance on the house. I mean,
They
that's
provide
really
the
great.
meals.
So all of that is just wonderful, right? And James was like, and there's all kinds of group activity, and it's great, and I'm not saying that there isn't a place for that, but we've decided that we're going to move to the coast, that even though we wouldn't be getting all those benefits, what we would be getting instead is, well, more chance of health and well-being. I want to go for my health and well-being no matter what. No matter what. Okay, Elizabeth says, one thing is I want to teach what I know at work. Yes.
Good for you.
Yeah. So,
Go for it.
yes, indeed. So, visualize yourself right now standing there, demonstrating, connecting, feeling like you're really supporting the others. Elizabeth is a physical therapist. Um, feel that you're supporting others to learn what you've learned, and you of course can learn in exchange as well, but just see yourself doing that, and feel the chi, the life force that you feel. And so even if I don't really get that, I saw myself getting better yesterday. I did something that was so miraculous because I've been bedridden for months with these legs, and I've been working towards, okay, walking around the house and all of that. Um, but this was really freedom to be outside in nature. It's what I love. Okay. And Elizabeth said, and help create an environment where my coworkers collaborate with each other on a regular basis. Now, focus on that image. Focus on what you want to experience, what you want to co create, the world you want to co create at work. You're building that world at work now. You're not waiting for the government, or you're not waiting for Medicare, and feel the energy that it gives you, and forget about the fear. Just like say, oh, well, you know, I may feel that for a moment, but that's just going to pass through me, because what I'm focused on is where I'm going. And Todd said, ownership of my life and responsibilities, my business, and more. So I guess, Todd, you're saying you feel that you need to make a change, that you have not been owning your life and your responsibilities, including your business. I guess that's what you're saying. So, can you visualize how you would feel if you did that? Or picture yourself doing it and see how you feel. Do you feel worried about not being perfect, or are you too engaged in life and in living? So, James, I would like to invite you
Yes.
to visualize a relationship where you don't feel the need to be um, dominant over your poor, pathetically ill wife,
Or fear of being dominated by her.
or but have a vision of not having domination in the picture at all.
Ah, okay.
So I would like to invite everybody. I know that our time is pretty much up. Um, I would love everybody as homework. Then I'm going to tell you about next week's show, because excited, we have a guest coming, an exciting guest. So I want you to picture what it would mean to make that change, what it would mean to live in a world that actually cared for people on the earth, and where we had a more equitable world. Are you bored,
No, no,
James?
no.
You
I was thinking about collaborating with you more.
okay? and you just yawned.
Yeah, I
Isn't
guess
that
that was my
interesting?
unconscious.
That is unconscious is yawning. But yeah, collaborating with me more. Picture it. Feel the energy of it. Feel the excitement and the joy of it. I feel like living. I've been feeling, I have to say, a little suicidal the last couple of months. I've been so, I'm so sick of being sick. But I haven't, having had one glimpse, two glimpses of what it would be like to feel better, you know, suddenly, and I was working my A off at the same time with clients and feeling very powerful with people and just taking no shit from anybody, but just being out there, including a person we met at at
A
one of the
senior residence.
residences. Yeah, a woman who was showing us around, and I looked at her and I could feel her pain, and I stopped her, and we did a session right there in the office. I didn't get paid for it, but I knew she needed
You
something,
were
and
guided.
I was guided, and I felt the power, and I walked. So you see what I'm saying? It didn't. One did not take away from the other. On the contrary, I felt really cheat up. And now, guess what? Not only do I not feel suicidal, I want to live a good 10, 15, 20 more years. If I could feel better, why not?
Exactly.
Okay, so can you
Let's do it.
visualize a relationship, James, where we're actually collaborating and having fun together,
I've
where
been
I'm
doing that.
functioning, you're doing.
Oh, and having fun together too.
Yeah,
Yes.
what about having fun together?
Well,
Yes.
we do that.
Okay, so
Let's do
now I
more of
want to
that.
tell you, before you all hang up, I want to tell you that next week we are. Oh, Elizabeth said, "Yay!" Oh, I think she's saying "yay" to my wanting to live, and
And about your accomplishments, your
oh,
steps forward.
I mean, it was amazing. I mean, I don't know where I got it from. I mean, I was so strong. It was great to feel that way. And I want the whole world to feel that way. I want everyone to feel strong and loved and cared about and cared for and supported. Yes, I do. Uh, and yeah, I don't care if they build affordable housing in my neighborhood. If that's what I would get, and if that's what we would get, I'll lay the first brick if I could pick it up. So
Maybe
anyway,
by then you could. You could.
so let me tell you that next week we have a guest called Parry and Evie, and they do a program called Women in America. And she interviewed me, and she was a great interviewer. And I think Todd is going to be uploading some shorts from that interview so you can see that synergy when she was interviewing me. And she and I are going to discuss something that she's working on, how she's building the world she wants to live in, of empowering women without disempowering men.
Right on.
Right? So let's get over this, pecking order thing. And that's what we're going to talk about. So come back next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. If you want to be here live and you want to talk to Perry, please remember to come on the public Facebook page, facebook.com/Granny Rocks On, or on our YouTube channel, and talk to
Beth Green TV.
at Beth Green TV. At Beth Green. Yes. And so be there, and so that you can chat with us while she's here. She is a lovely person. I think you're going to love her. So in the meantime, please give the show a love or a like or a thumbs up on YouTube. Follow our Facebook page, public page.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so that they'll let you know that we're on, and come back. And tomorrow night we are going to be doing a magical improv with the Kindred Spirits Band, where I'll be playing the piano. Hopefully, if I've survived all of this walking and getting my arms jarred, I'm going to try. I'm going to try.
And I'll be singing.
And he'll be singing. So we'll see you next Wednesday night. And don't forget to come and see Parry and me. So here is our going out music. There we go. Come on, do it.